have that you weighed before finding this one?
I had options in all 3 series, very good options to compete and win races in other series, and was very grateful to have those options. But like I said, I did not want to be out in the Cup Series. I want to be here, and I've said it repeatedly, I believe I'm a Cup Series winner and championship caliber driver. And I'm really, really excited for this opportunity and the opportunity to work with some people that I already feel friendship with, and they've already given me more confidence this year, and we haven't even started racing, and who I am as a driver and what they know I can do. And I think that's all I need after the years that I've had the last 2 years, is just a team that builds confidence in me and makes me feel like they know I can get the job done every week.
The one common denominator that seems to come through is you're not ready. You're clear that your racing career has not reached its potential, and you're not ready to move on.
Yeah.
And clearly, as you just said, you believe that's in the Cup Series. How hard has it been to keep plugging away at that?
It's very hard, but I have a great wife, a great family, and everybody around me that continues to pump me up. And I know that if I don't believe that I can win races and win championships at this series, eventually no one will believe that. I'm very confident I can do it. I look at the races that I've won in the past, and I've beaten Cup Series champions straight up, mano a mano, and a lot of opportunities. And those little moments in my career have continued to give me the belief that I can do it week in and week out at this level. And I just believe in not quitting. My goal from a little kid and my whole life was to be a Cup winner, Cup champion. And I can't quit on myself. I can't quit on my 13-year-old self that believed that. And until they take the sport away from me, I'm going to keep digging in that direction and trying to find the best combination to make that happen.
How much do you feel like, did you always feel like you belonged? Racers will talk about, you kind of walk in the garage and Cup, and after a while you feel like you belong. And you're like, I know I belong. You felt that from 13? Was there a time when you really felt it like now, where proof is in the pudding,
Yeah, that's been a journey, right? I think so much of my young career and even my younger years in the Cup Series, in the last 2 years I've grown a lot in understanding mentally outside the car that knowing and feeling like you belong doesn't belong to other people, and it has to grow within yourself. And I think over the last year or two, that's what I've found in myself, is that no one else, you don't have to worry about anybody else believing you as long as you do and you have that confidence. And that's what I'm relying on, is that I know I can get the job done, and just being here at Spire and having another chance, another year at this, that's all I need.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, because you know what? Not everybody does believe until a certain moment, and you don't think that when you're a driver, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't fully believe that you belong in the garage with these big-name drivers, then maybe it's easier for you from where you came from, or maybe it's harder.
Yeah, I think where I've grown is just knowing that other people shouldn't hold your confidence for you and the way that they treat you, no matter whether it's racing, anything, regular job, life, family, anything. You got to believe in yourself and all that you do. Your confidence comes in who you know you are, and that's just grown stronger within me over the last couple of years, and I think it's only going to make me a better driver at the end of the time.
I know there was some uncertainty when Jermaine shut down. You found hope with Petty GMS, and then after 1 year, obviously, things have changed. Does this feel like maybe, if things don't go the right way in year one, this could be it for you?
I don't think about that. I think you go into it with open-minded and confidence and, a belief that this is going to be the program. I really do. I feel like there's everything here at Spire for me to be here long-term. We've had those conversations. I've had those conversations in the past with other teams too, and it hasn't worked out. But I just feel a genuine push in the right direction of how to build this. The last place I was at, I was, told I was going to be there for a long time and be a part of the organization for a long time. And we didn't even get halfway through the season, they had made a change. And that was unfortunate because, the approach, the way we were going to build a team, and so many things had changed. The conversations here have already been more genuine and upfront and honest about the expectation and where we want to go and where they want to go. And And you also look at the loyalty they've had to their drivers and their crew chiefs over the years to build continuity. The fact that Ryan and Corey have worked together for almost 4 years together and have grown success and are still here, that shows you that this organization is deep in the way that they operate from top to bottom, because everyone wants to still be here. A lot of times when those two driver crew chief combination runs so well, they're getting picked at from all different places, but they wanted to be here and they wanted to be a part of this program. And that shows the continuity and the belief that Spire has in their team and keeping people around to let them grow.
You talked about things are more up front here, and the team has been more open and telling you where they really see themselves going in the future. What do you feel like it was at Petty GMS that kind of led to the end there?
I don't really want to expound on the past now. There was just a lot of change, and I think a lot of things happened to what was originally a GMS 94 program a few months before the season. And if you just kind of look at the timeline, there wasn't more than a couple months where there wasn't major changes directly to my team. It's just hard to build that over time. Now, there's a lot of dynamics that go into owning a race team, and I'm aware of that from my family's background. And owners got to do what they have to do. Teams have to do what they have to do for whatever their plan is. I think here, the directive from ownership, Jeff, TJ, Bill, and then from everybody involved in the team has been very direct and in line. And then that was very helpful for making all this come together very quickly and confidently.
Now, Corey LaJoie had really good runs at both Atlanta races this year. 77 car had a top 5 run at Talladega. How do you feel coming into an organization that's kind of starting to hit strides at least the plate races, but have actually been getting stronger everywhere else as well?
Yeah, I think they've been very well rounded. I think Corey's run at Atlanta definitely put the spotlight on, but for guys who are in the cars every weekend, you see how they compete week in and week out. And they have a very well-rounded approach, and I just hope to add to that. And I'm a very strong super speedway race, so to know that they already excel in those places helps. You got to have good cars at those tracks, and for the drivers to make good decisions. So, I'm just, like I said, I'm looking forward to hopping in, plugging in my strengths, using their strengths in my weak areas, and hopefully becoming a well-rounded, solid team and performing strong every week.
I know you've had some content stuff that you've put out in the past, YouTube, other things like that. And you talked about maybe being the co-host of the Stacking Pennies podcast under his teammates.
Yeah, I don't know. I've talked to Corey about that. But I think Corey does a great job of his content, and Spire Motorsports does as well. I think they're on the leading edge of that. That's obviously something that I've enjoyed and have been very involved in my career. I think it's very important. And I think just the way that they represent their partners here, their sponsors, they share very similar values that I do too. So I think there's so many things, not only on track but off track, that we can do to do really well together and grow in this program.
And one last question: if we fast forward to this time next year, what would you consider 2023 being a success?
Hopefully one of our teams getting to victory lane. That would show obviously continuity within the group and growing together, working together. I think we just want to continue to grow off of what they've done this year, and I think obviously we want to be in a better spot than the 77's in this year in points and the 7 is in points. Overall growth is going to be great for the team, and like I said, we need to move up the grid and where we're running, and then we're going to get those opportunities more to win races. Even where they're at right now, they've had opportunities to win races. If we get a little bit better everywhere, we're going to have more chances, and that's all you need is chances. And as you can tell in the sport now, you get enough chances, and there's going to be a lot of different winners.
Excellent. Thanks, Ty.
Thanks.